Hey everybody, it's Charles, your hobby hero, coming at you today with a deck profile for the best deck that you're not playing. Before we get started though, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down in the bottom corner. I do appreciate it. I do put out regular content about the hobbies that I love the most, with this channel being dedicated to the card games that I play. Now, you heard me correct. This is, I guarantee, the best deck you're not playing. How do I know this? Well, there have been a slew of tournament reports coming out here lately that have actually broken down the entire meta that has shown up to these tournaments, and this deck has been severely lacking. And I've done a video on this color combination before. I'll link that up here if you want to go check out kind of the prototype build for this deck. I will say that I've made a lot of changes since this deck, and since doing that, I have managed to get this deck to a whopping like 83% win rate and all the way up to platinum on Pixelborn. I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you the deck list. I'm going to break down some of my deck choices here, and then we're going to go into a few games so you can kind of see how best to pilot this game. This deck absolutely destroys the Steel Song meta that we have right now, has a very favorable matchup with Ruby Amethyst, and can absolutely hose the super aggressive aggro decks that are coming out right now. And you might be asking yourself, how does it do all this? Well, let's go check it out. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a 60 card deck here. Total cost of the deck is just over $300, so not the cheapest deck in the format, but not the most expensive either, with most of the cards in the top end you'll recognize here shortly. We're going to start out with our one drops. We only have one, that is Captain Hook. This Captain Hook and Prince Eric duo is kind of your early game, and these characters being inkable help when you draw them late game, obviously, to go into your inkwell. But early on, if you are forced to play these guys down, they can get a lot of work done. Both of them trading very favorably with some of the more problematic early game drops like Lilo and Simba. Again, you're probably not going to be playing them out if they're not dropping like 2 lore generators for them to swing into. But if they are, very good early game cards here. Now, in our 3-drop spot here is pretty loaded up. We have 2 copies of Elsa, the Snow Queen. I do like her as a potential target. With a lot of people playing You Have Forgotten Me, being able to play your 8-drop Elsa on 6 is very nice to have her in there for that particular reason, but she's also just very good. We are playing Big Tink in this build, and her ability to exert and force a challenge on your opponent when there may be a stalemate on the board is very good. Similar with these guys up here too. If they don't want to turn your other guys sideways because you have these challengers down, she can come down and force those exchanges. Maleficent's pretty much a no-brainer here. She is a card advantage engine, puts a body into play at 3. She can sing friends on the other side. 2/2 body is not terrible for this stage in the game, but mostly in there as she replaces herself and then can sing friends the following turn. Lilo here is some of the tech choices here for the deck. She is in here as a 3 of. Currently, she trades very favorably into Emerald and can sing friends on the other side, in addition to being inkable. Honestly, with Emerald being less and less of a factor in the format currently, you may want to switch her out for the 4-drop Jafar, as he is much more likely to actually see play. I would say a very large percentage of the time when I draw this character, she is just going into the ink zone. She's not great against Steel. She is good against Emerald, and she is not bad in the Ruby Amethyst matchups because she can pressure early lore generation. So she's not a bad card at all, but probably the weakest card in the current meta. Tinkerbell here, again, another kind of no-brainer. She can sing friends on the other side, but her big reason why she is in here, other than having a high willpower to stay alive long enough to do so, she can also shift up into the large Tinkerbell, one of the most important combinations in this deck by far. 4-drop spot, we have Hans here. Again, most of the times you're going to ink this guy as your turn 4 spot. You're going to want to be shifting into Tinkerbell, or possibly even just hard casting a friends on the other side. But in situations, he can be very good. Late game, again, being able to drop a 2-lore generator is very nice. And with the way this deck does small bits of damage, if you're not playing against an Amber deck that can heal, he can sometimes help finish off some of those bigger targets. I do have the Queen as a 4 of. In this particular build, I opted to go with very few uninkables. So to increase my card draw, instead of running magic mirrors at all, I ended up just maxing out the inkable card draw options they were. This card is actually very, very good in the current meta, as there aren't a lot of direct answers for her. Her 5 toughness is pretty high for Steel to be able to take care of effectively. And then Ruby really just has the Dragonfire answer to her, which if you can bait out a Dragonfire with her and leave some of your bigger threats on the board, that's great as well. 4 copies of Beast. In the current meta, there are actually a lot of significant items going around. Even with that, I would say this guy more often than not ends up in the Inkwell. But again, not a bad stat line, and with an ability that can sometimes shift games around, this guy can be an absolute house. I am running 2 copies of Kronk. A lot of decks have been running copies of Cerberus here lately. I do like Kronk. I think he trades more favorably than Cerberus does into a lot of the decks in the format. He can one-shot the big Elsa, for instance, where Cerberus cannot. He can actually put out a decent amount of lore at 2 versus Cerberus at 1. I think the stat line wise for that extra 1 ink is just sufficient enough. I get a lot of really solid production out of Kronk, and I think I just prefer him in the current meta right now versus the Cerberus. We have our 4 big tinks here. Again, another no-brainer here. She is an absolute powerhouse, completely shuts down some of the aggro decks. If you can hit her on 4, it really just makes it almost impossible for a lot of the aggro decks to win in that matchup. Very solid card. One of the cards I always mulligan for early in the game. Then we have the 7-drop Ursula. Have her as a 2 of. I would love to run more of the Ursula and honestly the Elsa package here, but I just can't afford the extra uninkables in the deck. So I do have her as a 2 of right now. I would love to get her in at a higher card count, but she absolutely just can steal some games. You'd be surprised how many games it makes a difference that they lose that 1 lore. That 8 willpower is an absolute just mountain to climb for Steel decks, often taking 3 or 4 cards to take her down. And they really can't afford for you to have a 3-lore generator out there for very long. Elsa in at 3. Again, I'd like to run a full 4 set of her. She is a very solid card, clearly better than the Maui that we have over here, but unfortunately not inkable. So we do have her as a 3-drop spot. Again, that Shift 6 doesn't come into play a ton, but her Deep Freeze ability is absolutely monstrous. And that 3-lore generation is very nice as well. 6 willpower isn't the highest stat line in the world, but it is still enough that usually takes 2 cards to deal with her, unless, again, they have their Kronk out. And then we have Maui here. I know this one surprises a lot of people. He does end up in the Inkwell a lot, but if you get to 8 and you hit him, it does feel good. He is very hard to deal with that 8/8 stat line. 3-lore generation, again, will get you to the finish line very, very quickly. So you don't usually ever feel bad drawing this guy. If you draw him early, he goes into the Inkwell. And if you draw him late, he is a force to be reckoned with for your opponent. Actions, I went with 4 Smash here. In the earlier builds, I was running 4 Fire of the Cannons. But again, the uninkable count, had to make some cuts somewhere, so I opted to just go with Smash. Very good for the evasive decks that are running around right now, as often most of them cap out at like 4 toughness. So a Tinkerbell with a Smash is usually always going to be enough to finish off those characters. Or a Hans and a Smash, just kind of the magic number 3. Really is very good. Also finishes off a lot of significant characters that just have 3 toughness as well. Songs, we have 4 friends on the other side. No surprises here. All the 3 drops in there. I would always opt to sing this over playing it. Just going to generate a ton of extra card advantage for you. Grab your swords as a 4 of. Again, another no-brainer. This card just being a one-sided sweeper for your opponent. Gets past ward characters as well. Just very, very good. Definitely worth 4 of our uninkable slots in the deck. And then our items, we have the White Rabbit's Pocket Watch as a 2 of. Again, in your control matchups, this thing is an absolute house. If your opponent is clearing your board and then able to put something down behind it, and you can't match them play for play, this allows you a turn to go out and challenge before they have an ability to go out and address your threat as well, especially when you're playing big bodies like your Kronk, whenever you're playing big bodies like your Maui, or characters like your Elsa, who can come in, freeze their character that they may have just played, and then be able to swing into that character as well. Just an all-around very strong card. Have it as a 2 of. Again, and your aggro matchups, it's just ink, which is fine. But in those control matchups, this card can single-handedly turn the tides of those games. All right, we're going to be testing this here. The overall win percentage is a little skewed. The first version of this deck I built is pretty dramatically different from the version that we're playing now. It was not doing well. Made some changes to the deck. As you can see, it's been 7-0 since those changes. So we're going to test it, show you how it plays, kind of how to mulligan, and how to ink and play these specific matchups. All right, so this is a pretty rough opening hand. I usually will only keep like parts of the Tink combination, cards that draw cards, like on our 3-drop spot, and I'll usually try to keep 1 Prince Eric or Hook, especially not knowing what we're playing against. So I'm going to send all this back. Got a little Tink and a big Tink and a good amount of inkables. So I'm all right with that. Throw down our big Maui. Got Stitch and Delilo. It's pretty good. That's 3 big Tinks. Probably pretty good in this matchup. We'll throw down Prince Eric. He's got his Simba up. It's fine. I have a couple different plays here with Simba. We can go smash and then hit the Lilo. Didn't turn sideways, so makes that an easier choice. Like multiple Simbas in his hand. Playing the Steel version here, so I'm gonna guess he's trying to go really wide with little characters, which this combo right here pretty much just means he can't. This game will probably be over pretty quickly. With a little Tink down, he's gotta respect that I could have the big Tink, and he didn't, so not even going to get on the board. I have Rockstar Stitch next turn. Could, I guess, is his play at this point. Nope. He's gonna try to get his big Tink down on his own. If he's got big tank, I'm gonna lose them both anyways. Do I want to smash anything along the way? I don't think I do. Get rid of the Rockstar Stitch to limit his plays. Feel like it might not be a terrible play. Or do I get rid of the Simba because it'll be the only thing alive next turn? He didn't ink last turn. I'm gonna get rid of him. Strange that he did not ink last turn. Ink this turn. Oh, big tank is the play. Yeah. And then my second big pink will finish off both his. I'm about to say, I don't know what you're waiting for. Like, you can't really afford to not do it here. Rapunzel. He's holding for a Rapunzel, maybe. Five drop Lilo. It's an interesting 5-drop. I'm not really worried about him getting too low at this stage in the game. Six drop. Rockstar. Draw a card. Can't. It's tempting. If we ink tank, play hook and quest. Not really worried about him going super wide. 7-drop Stitch? Oh, no, whole new world. That's pretty good. Completely missed. Grab your swords, though, both times. Let's see here. He's got one lore. Wow. Is impressively bad. Sure. Extra lure. I don't think he's going to attack with Stitch, so we're fine. We've got 1 Tinkerbell, 4 Grab Your Swords, 2 Smashes left. Yeah. That's also going to get to 20 next turn anyway, so he had to attack somewhere. Alright, next game. That is actually a really good matchup for us, so. Alright. We got our big tank. We're going to keep Prince Eric. We don't need to keep both. And Prince Eric is the better of the two. Let's see if we can get any card draw. There we go. Maleficent. Hey, there's Grab Your Swords. I do play it. And Kronk. Maybe a mirror matchup. With the card draw, I may go ahead and play 2 down. He didn't drop a 1-drop though. I think I'm gonna save it. If he had played a 1-drop there, I probably would have go ahead and play the Captain Hook and then follow up with the Prince Eric. But I think I'm gonna save the Captain Hook. Maybe more of a Steel Song list this time. Okay. Let's see what he plays behind the Simba. Interesting. Fine with him going into big tank next turn. Doesn't really do anything here, so. I really wish you could check ink. I'm trying to remember what all I did. I know there was one Rapunzel already gone and 1 Stitch. The Rockstar Stitch is an interesting choice if he is playing the Steel Song list, but it does look like he is playing Steel Song. That's unfortunate. Ideally, I would be able to kill her, as I don't want him to be able to sing next turn for free, which he's probably going to, which is unfortunate. So I actually like my hand. Should have gone Tinkerbell so that I could have played Tinkerbell and sung Grab Your Swords this turn. That's what it is. Doesn't have Whole New World this turn, fingers crossed, then it'll be much better. Oh, he didn't. Sweet. Alright, well that makes this way easier. Shift into Tinkerbell. Sing. grab your swords. And then yeah, we'll quest here because that'll kill his big tank if he does swing with it. Either way, I guess he could survive. Yeah, we'll do that too because he's not going to do that. Now we're going to ink Beast because I don't really care about his lantern. Yeah, so I guess he just had a really rough opening hand because this definitely seems to be the more aggressive version of it. Smash. I don't know what he's playing here. That was odd. I guess I don't know. That's weird. So if he attacks, I guess he's thinking if I quest with all of these, you just attack one of them and finish her off. Let's quest there. He can finish off one of those with the shot. And then I can finish him off with the big tink. He has a smash here. It's decent. Probably still able to finish him off with the big tank though. I guess I could hit a non-inkable, but seems unlikely. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think I want to give him the 2-for-1 there. So we'll go that route. Still has smash to finish off the queen. He can attack and then smash here, which is fine. Whole New World that he didn't sing is pretty good for me. It's actually a really bad Whole New World though. That is a terrible 7 cards. Could go that route. Into that. Into that. Which is actually pretty solid. 2 grab your swords down now. Big Elsa online next turn. All right, we're going to ink here. Gives us 8. I don't think it matters at this point. I don't think that deck can win once Elsa's start coming out. It's unfortunate. Do that. Oh, that was stupid. I meant to do that backwards. Whoops. That was definitely not the right way to do that. Whoops. Got 9. All right, let's see. That gives me 2 across the board. Kills that. Quest. Ink. And play Tink. So 1 big Tink. And 1 grab my swords in the deck. I'll be very close to winning next turn. 2 smashes in hand, unless he sings Whole New World here. Which he could, I guess. Grab your sword. Whoops. That was not what I meant to do. I guess Hans. Still has to kill something this turn. Quest, 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 quest. Alright. 2 place mistakes. Still was able to pull that one off, though. Alright, we've played 2 versus like the Aggro Steel Song kind of list. A pretty good one here. Again, mulliganing. Hopefully for those there. Some card draw. Okay. I won't need that early. Now, if we're not playing an aggressive deck here, which looks like we might be playing... I don't... Yeah, we'll go ahead and play out Prince Eric. And can't challenge Pascal, obviously, but if he's playing like, yeah, Emerald, we could see a pretty aggressive start here. Want to have something down. Well, that got way better for me And way worse for him. He's not going to challenge my Eric. Or if he does, more power to me. If he throws a Megara down so that he can challenge, that saves me some trouble. He did not. Rafiki. Interesting. All right. All right. So he could have another Rafiki. I think I'm all right with the friends on the other side. Hard casts friends. Throw Maui down there. Go ahead and quest. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the other Rafiki at this point. It still kills the Rafiki. 5-drop Cusco. I'll probably keep it back now, though. Interesting. Because I do not want him to Rafiki and have Cusco up. Sung Mother knows best? No, I am very confused by that play. I very confused by that play. Beast into Smash into Elsa. Okay, not super concerned. I'm surprised he has so many cards in his hand, though. I guess he did play Friends. That makes more sense. Kind of forgot what green deck I was going up against here. It's not in a great spot here. They'll be at 9 next turn. I'll be able to Tink and Smash the Genie. And even right now, I mean, he loses that lower race. Interesting. I think it's still the play here. Second Cusco. Second John Silver. That was Yeah, I don't think this guy knows how to play his deck very well. Go ahead and play her. No really reason to ink anything else. This guy has made several play mistakes. He is really good at drawing Cuscos, though. Interesting. We're going to sing that. Challenge there. Was that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? 5, yeah, all of it. There we go. Not really worried about any sweepers. I'm generating 9 lure here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, doing pretty good. Let's see if we can get a purple red. Ruby Amethyst control. Let's see if we can get that. Alright, we'll keep our card draw and our Prince Eric. Okay. Alright, let's see, playing Stitch. I have quite a bit of card draw in the sand, so I am going to go ahead and play Captain Hook. If I didn't have all these inkables and all this card draw, I probably wouldn't, because one lure off a Stitch is not a huge deal. Ben Lilo definitely would have. Pocket Watch. Alright, looks like maybe a more standard Steel song again. Alright, that's fine. We're not going to play another Eric. Draw a card. Okay. It's fine. He's not going to do anything with it. Let's see here. We just, yeah, we just play friends. It's pretty good. I almost hate to get rid of Kronk. He sings Whole New World here. All right. Yeah, definitely not singing Whole New World. Just keep inking and playing something out that I can. Okay, probably just play No, we can sing. Yeah. Sing. Smash. Ink. Maleficent. We're not going to sing the other friends just in case he hard casts Whole New World, which he's probably going to do. No, that was surprising. Okay. Draw a card. Play a queen. Guess Inkalilo. And we'll draw. Draw two. Okay, not surprising there. Shoot the Maleficent. That doesn't heal. That's fine, I guess. I guess I kill it. Like, I don't want him to heal it. For one, actually makes it kind of annoying. I don't need 9 really, so whatever, doesn't matter. Whole New World away. Well, that's strange. She's about to die. Draw a card. We'll play her next turn. Not playing Grab Your Swords, which is interesting. I think that was probably a bit too risky. Not an inkable one. One's a grab your sword. I don't need the 9. Okay. Running out of options here if he doesn't hit a whole new world. God, is that the 3rd? Grab your sword. Oh, and he conceded. Alright. We got time for one more game. Mostly seeing the same matchups here. But it is the most popular deck in the format, so it's good that we can keep running into it. I think we're going to be throwing 6 back here. I don't like keeping this early. If you're wondering, like, it's still a turn 6 play to get into the big Elsa. I don't hate early Elsa, but we need to get more early card draw. There you go, Friends. Maleficent. That's kind of the stuff we want to see right there. Lilo. Really only good in the Emerald matchups, so see what we're playing. R&R cards here. Oh, hey. Okay. Still think that's the one that goes here. Throw out Prince Eric. So this matchup usually is a faster lore generating deck with some bigger back end characters. So like 5-drop Maleficent, maybe even all the way up into Triton. I'm fine with that. I will take that trade. Slows their lore down. I'm not really worried about him. And honestly, he can stay out there with 1 damage until I can get to Tinkerbell. Now, if he plays like an Aurora or something like that, then I'll address it. Yeah, Felicity's not super worried about. Well, that is interesting. I mean, I don't need 3 queens, I guess. We got here. Go ahead and drop Pocket Watch out, I guess. I don't know. Playing the hook may have been a mistake. Again, I'm not super worried about their early game unless they hit like Aurora. Phil will die in 2 turns to Tinkerbell anyways. Okay. Got the Mickey Mouse, so he could have a Maleficent next turn. Eye of Fates. That's an interesting card choice. Again, not worried about the Felicities. Oh, got his card draw off of Robin Hood. That's nice. Makes that card way better. Yeah, I didn't think he'd quest there. I don't need her now. Challenge there if he wants to. Can let it go. He's got Hades online now, which is fine. Keep me from having to ink anymore. This pocket watch will kind of help with that. I don't really. I mean, I guess that's a thing. I'll go ahead and draw. Interesting. Still leaves the Rapunzel alive. I'm not super worried about that. Even if he attacks, it's not really favorable for him either way. I don't think I care. Hans seems less likely to see any play. So go ahead and just start getting my big guys out there. This gives him 2 targets that he has to deal with. Well, 3 really. If he does have like a Hades or Let It Go. I'm assuming he'll get one. Could get one here soon. But none of these can be traded as a 1-for-1 right now, so not really any reason to keep them back. And if he still doesn't do anything this turn, then I don't know. Probably Elsa and start knocking some stuff off of his board there. Okay, so he sung Let It Go. Okay. Probably the wrong target for him to have Let It Go. Ooh, okay, Big Stitch. Inks and Maleficent. Because these are really the bigger impact right now. Like, she generates a lot of lore, but I'm at 2 right now. That was weird. That is definitely not going to help you there. I guess we go ahead and ink him. Alright. It's gonna give Stitch, Rapunzel, and we go here. I did that wrong. Here. Here. He should be dead. That was a mistake on my part. Don't do that. Hopefully he doesn't play Rapunzel here and make me cry. Well, technically doesn't play Rapunzel here and make me cry. Plays a Hades into a Rapunzel here and makes me cry. Again, that was a mistake. He should be dead. So just take that into the grand account of how any of this may turn out. Draw a card here. Doesn't do me any good to ink any of that. Hades into Elsa, probably. A pretty good spot right now. He's not questing with her. I'm going to be at 13. Well, 12. We're going to draw a card with her. Next turn, I've got another 2 lore generator in my hand. Obviously, plenty of ink in the inkwell. Dig in for Hades, probably. Oh, Stitch. He's not going to play a Stitch here, so it's fine. I'm assuming he's playing Hades. Maybe he's just playing the Let It Go. Like, it seems odd that he's halfway through his deck without hitting one, but I guess we'll see. Uninkable count could have been too high, I guess, to run it. Oh, Hades and Mickey Mouse in there already. Yeah, I don't mind that. You can do that all day. That's pretty good. Let's see here. The Phylicides. Honestly, is it just I mean, I don't necessarily want him to draw, but at the same time, I don't know that it matters. I don't think it does. Nine next turn. I mean, yeah, again, play Let It Go. If he plays Let It Go, he can't sing it. So he's either playing Stitch or Let It Go. Maybe a Hades. We haven't seen one yet. If he's got Hades in there. Again, I still think I'm in a pretty good spot here. Because again, Hades is only going to be able to take care of one card. She can't even finish anybody off here. So doesn't even have that play. Yep, and he scoops. Right, we got a whole lot of nothing I want to keep first round. Helps a little bit, little tink. Alright, not bad, I'll keep it. Tamil, I don't think I played Tamil yet. Green. I feel like it's a pretty good matchup for me. Okay, into Hook. He's playing green. Simba here is what he wants to play, but he might have a Flynn Rider. Oh, double Lilo. Oh, nice. Get 2 of them out of here. That's pretty good. I'd say with the hitting that big tink, that probably wraps this game up pretty nicely. Alright. I will definitely take the low-hanging fruit. Alright, and Jasper trigger into here, which, don't worry, I will not be questing with her if you turn Jasper sideways. There we go. So didn't play anything though. Go smash. I mean, I'm guessing he didn't play anything because he thought I had Big Tink coming. Seems kind of risky. Yeah, and he missed an ink there. That's not good. That is what we call game over in the business. I mean, it almost doesn't even matter. Like, Cusco's for days. It's fine. Coincidentally, Prince Eric, very good into Cusco. Let's see if we can draw something else to ink. We did. Yeah, like I said, I don't really think it matters here. He plays a genie, even if he bounces Tinkerbell, like that's not what's going to kill him here. Yeah, that's fine. Gives me something to ink. And again, we sequence this. Prince Eric challenges. Prince Eric lives. Play Tinkerbell. Cusco dies. Genie at 1. Ink here. Like I said, even if he keeps bouncing Tinkerbell, I think we're fine. 7. What in the world is he going up to 7 for? Why did he go to 7? And these, like, Big Stitch, maybe? Like, even still, I don't know. Alright. That's pretty rough. I mean, worked out for him, I guess, early on. But yeah, there's not really any reason for me to ink there. It was actually a pretty lucky draw for me. I'll go ahead and ink her just in case. I need to get like a smash. Not a 3-lord generator. Fart. Alright. Well, that was closer than I would have liked. Hey, but that gets us to platinum. So there you guys have it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Like I said, locally this deck has gone almost undefeated, and as you can see on Pixelborn, performing very, very well itself. I highly recommend you give this deck a try, and let me know how it goes for you. Until next time, guys, Hobby Hero, out.